Hey guys, welcome back to Adulting Avenue with me, Reholile. So if this is your first time, I am Reholile and this is my channel. Welcome. Please subscribe if you enjoy my content, and to my returning subscribers, welcome back. So in this video, I will be talking about the top 5 universities in South Africa. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear top 5 universities in the country? Do you think of specific schools? Do you think each university is different? So, of course, there is no such thing as a top university. Well, I am here to tell you how the university ranking lists work. These ranking systems consider important factors to help determine a university's ranking in the world. The first measure is teaching and learning. This is important because in order to give good education, students have to be taught well. The second measure is research. Research asks the question, is knowledge being created? Universities exist to create knowledge for societies, businesses, and people. The third measure is international outlook. Many graduates operate and work with people from all over the world, so it is important to understand the world. Lastly is the graduate employability percentage. This looks at the percentage of graduates from each university that are employed versus unemployed. This factor says a lot about a university and your chances of employment as a graduate. I always see on social media and LinkedIn, universities will post saying this university is number 1 in South Africa, and it's not until you read each specific article that you get to understand that, oh, okay, it's based off a specific ranking that looks at specific factors. So I wanted to compile this video and just try to figure out, using different ranking systems from all over the world, like what's our top 5 universities in the country. This is the first ranking that I'll be looking at. It's known as CWUR. According to this ranking, the University of Cape Town is number 1. The University of the Witwatersrand is number 2. Stellenbosch University is number 3. University of KwaZulu-Natal is number 4, and the University of Pretoria is number 5. So if you want to know more about this ranking, you can click on the About ranking, and it does say that since 2012, the Center for World University Rankings has been publishing the only academic ranking of global universities that assesses the quality of education, alumni employment, quality of faculty, and research performance without relying on surveys and university data submissions. So these are the things that they take into account in order to determine a university's ranking. The second ranking I'll be looking at is the SCIMAGO Institutions Ranking. According to this ranking, University of Cape Town is number 1, the University of the Witwatersrand is number 2, the University of Pretoria is number 3, Stellenbosch University is number 4, and the University of KwaZulu-Natal is number 5. And you are able to click on the methodology just to understand how they come up with these numbers. So the SCIMAGO Institutions Ranking is a classification of academic and research-related institutions ranked by a composite indicator that combines 3 different sets of indicators based on research, performance, innovation outputs, and societal impact measured by their web visibility. So these are the things that they consider in order to come up with the numbers and how they rank different universities all over the world. So here's research, it counts for 50%, innovation counts 30%, and societal impact counts 20%. another ranking type, a ranking classification system. It's known as the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings. So here, this ranking says that the University of Johannesburg is number 1, the University of Cape Town is number 2, the University of Pretoria is number 3, Nelson Mandela University is number 4, and the University of the Western Cape is number 5. So how this ranking works is that the universities were ranked based on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, such as no poverty, quality education, decent work, and economic growth, and reduced inequalities. This is what the website says. So this is what they used in order to come up with these scores and in order to rank the top 5 universities in South Africa according to the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings. Okay, so lastly, the ranking that I'll be talking about is the QS. I can't pronounce it, but it is in the description box below and it should be on the screen. So according to this ranking system, the University of Cape Town is number 1, the University of the Witwatersrand is number 2, the University of Johannesburg is number 3, Stellenbosch University is number 4, and the University of Pretoria is number 5. So you can read all about the methods that they use in order to come up with their rankings and the scores and the numbers. However, the indicators that they use are academic reputation counts 40%. So it says that they measure academic reputation by using a global study in which academics are asked to identify the institutions where they believe the best work is currently taking place within their field of expertise. Yeah. So employer reputation counts for 10%, student to faculty ratio counts 20%, citations per faculty counts 20%, international faculty ratio counts 5%, and international student ratio counts 5%. So this is how they come up with these rankings and the scores that they award to each university. And keep in mind that just because a university is number 1, it doesn't mean it's the best university for you, you know. These rankings are based on specific factors. I'll have the links in the description box for each ranking system so that you can read up more about the different ranking systems that exist. And I think it would be better if we had a local ranking system that worked for us. I've seen all of these ranking systems, I've read up about them, and the one thing that I feel is a bit of a problem for me is that it's people from outside looking in. It's not people who are here living with us in this country every day, people who get to hear what happens at these universities. For all we know, a university is number 1 or it's in the top 5, but the students aren't really happy there or things like that. I'm just saying, I'm not saying people are not happy, but I'm just saying it would be nice to have a local ranking system that was local, authentic. It knew the challenges that each university faces, and it was able to acknowledge universities that are trying their best with the challenges that they are facing. But there are more ranking systems than the ones that I've looked at. I just wanted to put it out there that just because a university says that I'm number 1, just because a university says it's number 1, just keep in mind that it's number 1 based on a specific ranking system that was used considering specific factors. So that's why I filmed this video. Okay, so from these ranking systems that I've gone through, it's safe to say that UCT, Stellenbosch, WITS, UP, UKZN, and UJ are some of the top universities in the country according to the ranking systems that we used and spoken about in this video. There are other ranking systems, check them out, but these are the common university names that keep popping up like common South African universities that keep popping up in like top 5 in different ranking systems all over the world. So it's safe to say that these are the top universities in the country. I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.